Chase Lee Hockey with the Blue Futon. Out of the digital world, I saw Kumbalangi Night. Kumbalangi. It could be Kumbalangi or it could be Kumbalangi Night. Kumbalangi Night. I'm saying it completely wrong. Western sucks at pronunciation. So, do I like it? Is it a great movie for the night or should it have been during the day? Let's find out. So this movie, what's it about? It's a very simple premise, actually. It's four brothers. They're not really blood brothers. One's adopted. One has a different dad. Two of them are blood brothers, but they do live in a hut, kind of want to put it, at the end of a road or in the village, and they call it the worst house in the village. They live on the water. Some of them are jobless, but will they be able to find love? Will they be able to connect still? Because there is some bad blood between these brothers. And will this ensue in a crazy movie with some twists and turns? So I like this movie. This is a very fascinating movie that's only 2 hours and 13 minutes, but I do wish they took about 13 minutes off. It would have been almost a crisp, perfect movie. So with that, I'll give the negatives of the movie first. There are some pacing issues with some of the love story in it. I know we are more focused on, if you could call it, the second youngest brother, but I do wish we focused on the adopted brother a little bit more, as well as the oldest brother. You could put it that way. The youngest brother is kind of just there to be there. They start him off. He plays soccer or football here and there, and he's just in the story to kind of like just be there. His story arc isn't really an arc. It's mostly focused on the jobless brother, the second one, as well as you want to put it, mixed between the other two brothers. So I do wish there was a little more evenality with them because I won't lie, the other two brothers, the one that is mute, as well as the one that has to take a child, because something he decided to do midway into the movie, I think those story arcs are a little bit better than this more jobless brother, which he's just more of like, oh, I'm jobless and I have a love interest. And that love interest connects to a psychopath storyline, which that storyline goes complete bonkers at the end of the movie. So that's really my only negative of the movie is how these brothers are portrayed. And I just wish some of them got more screen time than the others. Other than that, this is a gorgeous looking movie. I mean, it's directed and written extremely well. The cinematography of this one, I want to say it's one of the better movies that came out of India. The greens were lush. You could tell the water. This was a different side of India. A lot of the other movies I've seen that are coming out of India at this time are like the nitty gritty, like they're very down and dirty and just everything not good looking in India. And they do that in a lot of movies here as well in America, where you're just like, yeah, that is not the best part of America right there. But this movie goes on kind of the tourist route of how there is a love interest from America, and they do this tourist part of India. And I think that having that shown in this movie is a different portrayal where you're like, okay, this is actually a gorgeous part of India where I want to visit and everything like that because, man, like I said, the lush greens, the lush water, it's like, yeah, this is a beautiful part of the world, and it's something that I would completely like to visit. So with that, I'll go with the story. This is a very unique story, and I do like how it decided to do some twists and turns in this movie, especially with a mid-halfway point. That's all I'm going to say about a child and something about in a warehouse that I didn't expect coming, as well as the very end. The very end psychopath thing comes into play. And my goodness, I wish that part was more fleshed out. Just because with what he is and what these brothers could do, I feel like it could have been just more bonkers and more just like shit goes down hardcore. And with that, though, it could be a negative because, yeah, this guy might be a psychopath, but there's four brothers. Well, technically three if you want to count what's happening. They should be able to take this person down. That's all I'm going to say. It just felt like, yeah, the fight was a little bit weak, but I understand what they're going for. But, yeah, I mean, I kind of want to know what this guy's backstory is because when they go into a corner, you're like, oh, shit, something's not right. And it just was like, oh, my God, this is about to be a horror movie. I was expecting some horror-esque shit. There was a little bit of it, but, man, I wish it went just a little more darker where I was like, oh, my God, we're actually going there. But like I said, it's directed well. It's acted great. The movie was great looking. It is a fun movie. It's a fun love story. It's very calm, cool, and collective movie. And I think what it does right, it does right. I just wish the writing and the writing's good. So I just wish the writing, though, was more focused on the psychopath and two more brothers, other than this one brother that was kind of a worthless brother. He was just there to, find a love interest without a job and trying to get acceptance. But I just wish, like I said, we focused on these two brothers as well as the psychopath. But this movie, I'm going to try to say it one more time right. Kumbalangi Nights, completely wrong, is a fantastic movie. I think it transfers well. It's a good love story. It's a good family story. I enjoyed the 2 hours and 13 minutes that was portrayed on the screen. So, Kumbalangi Nights will receive a 4.5 out of 5 Futons, which equals that 90%. With all the other movies I'm watching, like this Super Deluxe, this is one of the better ones in my opinion. But let's see the critics' news scores gave this one. So you have the critics, 2 of them. They're both positive. One of it gives it a B-, and the other one talks about re-examining masculinity. I mean, I have to disagree, but anyway, it talks about the 94% with fewer than 50 for the audience. I wouldn't call this a masculinity movie. I think it's just more of finding your place in the world with 4 brothers with what you are given. I don't know if this has to do with anything masculinity. Yeah, there's a scene about crying. That has nothing to do with like being masculine. That's just more of like showing emotions. And I don't know. I just feel like saying that doesn't really portray what this movie really is. It's about, finding love, making the best of what you got, and knowing that your family might not be perfect, but you got to live the best life. And that's my message I got out of it. Like, masculinity was never like even a shred of just anything in this movie. Anyway, 194.90. I didn't even know what word I was trying to say, but it was just never a shadow of a doubt. It was never a shadow of a doubt. So, chase out with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Futonatopia. You Blue Futonians, thank you for watching. Have a great day. So, this is a positive one. After Super Deluxe, I needed something like this that was calm, cool, collective, and it was down to earth. And I enjoyed this one.